So today in lesson 5.4, we're going to take what we learned about constant of proportionality in tables, graphs, and equations in 5.2, and we're actually going to use that to make our own tables and graphs. So if you notice, example 1 is all done for you, and it's still the same thing that we've done. Remember, it's important to always put the y over the x, and it even told you that. And you can see in your axis that pi's has to be the x-axis. And why in the world did that turn into white? I don't even know. Pi has to be the x-axis, so apples has to be the y-axis. So in each point, they found like 4 apples went up to 20 pies. 5 apples went up to 25 pies. So apples is our y and pi is our x. And then they just did what we did. They took the y divided by the x to find the constant of proportionality was 5. So that's what we're going to do in this example. So it starts with 30 miles cost $210. So the cost, I can see cost is my y, miles is my x. So cost is y, miles is x. And they tell me the first one is $210 for 30 miles. So I do 210 divided by 30 and we get 7. So on the next one, we do the same thing, y over x. So you're going to have to write kind of little. So I have 350 over 50. Let me get a darker color, maybe that'll help. So 350 divided by 50 is still going to equal 7. Okay, so as always, I was having some technical difficulties there. Like I thought my whole computer crashed, and then it didn't. It was kind of working in the background. So 350 divided by 50, we get 7. Now I look at the same thing here, y over x. For 90 divided by 70, I still get 7. So now we have to actually kind of figure it out. So we are doing this backwards. So every mile is $7. So I can do 90 times 7 to get that one is 630. Or you could do the proportion if you like the proportion way better. And 630 divided by 90 will be 7. And then the next one, same thing. So for 100 miles, multiplied by 7. So 100 times 7, I get 700 miles. And 700 divided by 100 is 7. Now we're going to graph those points. So the ordered pairs, this is where it gets confusing because y goes on top, it's y over x, but in an ordered pair, the x comes first, x comma y. So my first one, okay, my computer keeps freezing. My first one is 30, 210. So I go over to 30 and then up to 210, I put my dot. Then my next one is 50, 350. So I go over to 50, I go up to 350 and I put my dot. And then just keep going. So my next one is 70, comma 490. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to put my commas and stuff in, but it keeps trying to get rid of them. So I go over to 70 miles and up to $490. Then I have 90 miles for $630. So I go over into 90 and up 630. And then my last one is 100 miles and $700. So 100 miles goes up to 700. Notice that our line is a straight line because it's a proportional relationship because it always goes up. Every time 1 mile goes up, it goes up $7. So we found our unit rate already. Our unit rate is 7. You can put 7 over 1 or just 7. I'm okay with either one. And our K, our constant of proportionality, we already found up here a whole bunch of times. So our constant of proportionality is the same thing, 7 over 1. And I did write a K there. There we go. So our K is 7 over 1. And then we need to put our unit rate, our constant of proportionality, into the equation. And so we get y equals 7x. Now you are going to practice this on questions number, it won't even let me scroll down. So you're going to practice this on questions 3 and 4. And then we're going to pick up the Edpuzzle video for problem number 1 there.
All right. Hello, everybody. It's Mr. Clean here. Here, I have a big fan base. I wanted to see my ugly mug on this camera, so your wish is my command. So today we're talking about constant proportionality. And constant proportionality, uh, it's just another name for basically the slope of a line. And so we're going to find as we go along here, there's going to be like 3 different names for the same thing. Okay. And it's really annoying. It's really confusing. It's like, why don't they just use one? But today we're talking about the constant of proportionality. Okay. So as we look at this graph 1 here, we see it is slowly, or I shouldn't say slowly, it's rapidly rising from left to the right. Okay. Starts down here at 0. Oops. Let me see here. There we go. Starts down there at 0 and finishes up here at 20. Okay. So as I look at this, over here to the right, we have a little table here that we need to fill out. So what we're going to do is the X value is always on the bottom. Okay, so that's the X value, that's the number of pounds. And the Y value is on the side here. That is the price of the, what was it? Strawberries, price of the strawberries. So as we look here, we go over to the right to 1 pound and we come up here, and that's where the slope of the line kind of meets the 2 grid marks that intersect. And at that point, that is our first price. So for 1 pound of strawberries, it cost $4. And if we go to the right again and go up 2 more, we hit another one of those intersections, and 2 pounds of strawberries cost $8. And we just keep doing that, over 1 to the right, up 2. Okay, and now we're at 3 pounds of strawberries costing $12. And you can kind of see the pattern that's starting to develop. It's the Y is increasing by $4 every time. So I don't have to keep drawing those little steps like that, although you can see it. But 4 pounds is going to be $16. 5 pounds is going to be, oops, $20. And 6 pounds is going to be $24. Now we filled out that table, which is nice. The constant of proportionality, which we call K, is just the Y value over the X value. So we see up here, and I'm going to change it to blue here. We've got a X value and a Y value. So we just choose one of the Y values, and from the same row, we pick the X value and just put the Y value on top of the X value. So I look here and I say, hey, I'm going to start with that first one there. It's nice and simple. I've got a 4 over 1. Okay. So my constant proportionality is 4 over 1, or I can even just simplify that down and call it 4. Okay. Now the equation of the line has to go in the form, I'm going to use green here, Y equals KX. Okay. So Y is going to equal the constant proportionality, which is, we said was 4 times X. So that is the slope of the line, Y equals 4X. And I know that kind of jumbled in there, and I apologize. This is my first time in a while doing this. So I'm glad to be doing it for you guys. I'm glad you guys requested me. It makes me feel all special. All right, so the unit rate is $4 per pound. So we got to select whether or not these are true or false. Okay, so the unit rate is $4 per pound. So as we look here, remember the X was the pounds and the Y was the dollars. Okay, so I look there and I say, okay, was 1 pound of strawberries $4? I say, well, here's 1 pound of strawberries right here, and its price was $4. So that statement is true. Okay. All right. The next one says the line represents a direct variation because it passes through the origin. Now, direct variation is another one of those names for constant proportionality. It's just this one does have to go through the origin, which is 0, 0. So that statement is true. Okay. The next one says the unit rate can be determined by finding the point x comma y. Well, unfortunately, that is false. Or x comma 1. Sorry, not x comma y, x comma 1. That is false because it cannot be determined doing x comma 1. However, it can be determined doing 1 comma y. Okay, because you got to go over to the right one and then up to y. So that statement was false. The line passes through 4 comma 16. So I'm going to go over here to my grid and I'm going to go over to 4 and go up to 16 and see, does the line pass through there? And by George, it does. So right there, line, that's a true statement. It does pass through 4 comma 16. The constant proportionality is 4. Well, if you paid any attention, and I hope you did, right there it was given to you. The constant proportionality is 4. Again, another true statement. Another true statement. A lot of truths. That's good. They're telling the truth here. It costs $3 for 12 pounds of strawberries. So I'm going to go to $3 here. Oh, wait. No, $3 is over here. And that would be 12 would be like out here. Oh, that doesn't match up. 3 pounds of strawberries cost $12. So they just got it mixed up here. That is 3 pounds for $12. So they got it backwards. So again, our second false statement. Okay, so all said and done, we got true, true, false, true, true, false. Well, it's been a joy sitting here doing this for you guys. I really appreciate you guys taking an interest in wanting my ugly mug on here. And maybe we'll do it again sometime. You guys have a great day. We'll see you later.